Hello everyone, Ryan here. So recently listened to the audiobook version of The Pearl by John Steinbeck. It was actually narrated by actor Hector Elizondo. And if you don't know who that is, I suggest you look him up, because I've always considered him to be a pretty awesome actor. And although I haven't seen any movie he's been in like since I was a kid, I think. So yeah, I don't know if he's since retired from acting, but he does a really good job narrating The Pearl. Of course, The Pearl, it's about the main character is Kino. He's a diver, very poor, and I guess he mostly dives for pearls and I guess other stuff. I don't know, like, it's not really explained, I mean, other than just the fact that one day he's diving and he finds this really big pearl, just so big, and he becomes convinced that it's worth a lot. And of course he shows it to his wife Juana, and they also have a little baby boy named Coyote, or Coyote, I guess. So Kino, he's convinced that from then on they're going to be very wealthy, and pretty much, I mean, like a lot of people, when they come into some kind of wealth, then it definitely, calms people's nerves about having to provide for their families on a daily basis. And which, hey, I understand that. I mean, if I found something like that, a huge pearl or something that was worth a lot of money, then yeah, you're damn straight that I'm gonna try to sell it or whatnot, and live off the money from it. And that's pretty much what Kino tries to do. Like at one point, his little son gets sick, I think, like, because he gets stung by a scorpion, and so they take him to see a doctor, and the doctor refuses to treat anyone for free, and so he takes him to the doctor, and at the same time, I want to say, I believe Kino, he doesn't tell the doctor about the pearl right away, but I want to say, like, I don't know, he gives him like some other smaller pearls or something. That's the way I understood it. I mean, I don't know, unless it was supposed to be like pieces from the pearl, but I don't think so. I think it was more like some other pearls, or it was like a different way of promising payment to the doctor. I don't know, unless, it was, I guess for me, like, the beginning of this audiobook was kind of hard for me to get into. But then also, too, I mean, yeah, when I started listening to it, it was late at night, and I was already tired and starting to fall asleep. And it wasn't because the audiobook was boring, it was just, But then later on, so I listened to the rest of it during the day, and then I like the part, because there's a part when Kino, he takes the pearl to be appraised by some kind of jeweler, and the jeweler pretty much tells Kino that it's a worthless pearl, that because it's so huge that nobody would ever want to buy it, let alone consider it unique or precious or anything. So, and then of course, Kino, he realizes that the jeweler is trying to stiff him, trying to trying to get the pearl for a very. In other words, the jeweler was trying to, because he offered Kino something like out of 500 coins or something. I'm not exactly sure what currency is used in this story. So in other words, the jeweler, he tries to buy the pearl from Kino for very cheap, and so that he could turn around and make a huge fortune from it, and he even goes so far as to invite three other jewelers from the city to his shop, and then I guess the three other jewelers, they realize, I guess how unique of a pearl it is, and they too try to do the same thing to Kino. They try to put one over on him, and they pretend like if they act unimpressed by this huge pearl, and then of course Kino, he takes the pearl away and then quickly leaves the shop and goes back home and tells his wife Juana that he's gonna find somewhere where he can sell it for a fair price, and but then of course at the same time other stuff happens where Kino's wife Juana, she becomes convinced that the pearl is cursed, and because of the fact that I guess so many other people they allow their greed to take over, and there's several instances when Kino actually gets beat up during the night because I guess people try to take the pearl from him. And I mean, when I say beat up, I think during the last instance when he gets beat up, he actually, I mean, he gets completely, he gets his ass kicked. I'll leave it at that. So then, I mean, without giving away too many details, eventually, it does come to a realization that, essentially that, what good is great wealth if you can't even enjoy it, if you can't, especially, if you can't help out your own family with it, and if you're just constantly going to be given the runaround, or just, at least that's the way I interpreted this story. That's why I feel like it's pretty much like one of those tales that highlights the, what's the word? Highlights just how greedy mankind can be, and regardless of intentions, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions, greed is greed. Yeah, that's how I interpreted the story. As far as the rating goes, I give it. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. Yeah, at the most. I would say 5, but that ending, it's not a bad ending, but it's also not a good ending. That's another one of Steinbeck's stories that, kind of, definitely makes you feel the feels. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, So that'll do for my review of The Pearl by John Steinbeck, the audiobook version. So, yeah. Let me know if you've read this too, or listen to it. I'd actually, I'd recommend everybody read this, or at least listen to the audiobook version. So this is very interesting and short, to the point. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, till next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.